everybody, how's it going? Working on January readings now, and so I'm going to start with Aries, and we'll see what Spirit wants to talk to you about January. I am most likely going to do an extended on this reading, so if you're interested in watching the extended, the link is in the description box below. What I'm asking Spirit about is what's coming toward you. What's going on with these cards? And here I go again. Here I go again on my own. I was just listening to that song. That's funny. Okay, I'm just putting these right up, you guys, because I just, you know how I am. I don't really like to look at the upside down cards unless they flip over like that. I don't like to shuffle like that, you know what I mean? I'll read them. I'll read them if they come out like that, but I like to start with everything in the upright. Alright, so spirits, angels, guides. God, I forgot my candle too. What is going on with me today? I've been doing a lot of meditating this morning. I like to do it in the bathtub. And alright, so let's see what's going on here. Angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, and all that is coming from love and light. Thank you for your guidance today. Alright, let's see. See what's coming in January for you. It looks like you're either could be moving, could be relocating. I feel like you're finding your strength and building a pretty good foundation with something. Maybe you are starting like a new love affair or a new, Ace of Roses, right? It says commitment on it. So maybe you're starting something new. You're here as the first energy, King of Forces. So I feel like you're standing in your power, knowing your value. My hair's so wet, you guys. Sorry about that. It drives me nuts when it's wet and it looks all weird. Okay, so let's get a clarifying deck. I put this one over here a few days ago because it felt like it needed a rest. Felt like it needed a rest from messages. So let's see, now that it's all rested, what's the messages? Clarify the King of Forces, the King of Wands for Aries. Okay, so maybe you're finding like the bigger picture of life. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just think it's just this human stuff, you know, the fear, the problems, the drama, right? But that is not what's happening to you right now in January. I feel like there's a brand new beginning for you. And what's happening is you're finding the justice in whatever has made you cry, whatever has made you feel like you're carrying around a big load. I feel like you're learning transmuting energy. Temperance is here. I feel like you're being guided, possibly by angels, possibly by an archangel even, you know, because I feel like it's not easy to transmute energy. You know what I mean? Like you're actually finding the justice in whatever this is. Something that was heavy, something that made you sad, you know? And what you're transmuting it into is stability. Like you're knowing your value. you know. So this could even be about money, because the Queen of Pentacles is definitely about the 3D world. And I kind of feel like, it's kind of like what it reminds me of is like a balancing of yourself. Like with the King of Wands, that's you, that's your energy, and that's actually knowing your power and what you're capable of, like at a soul level. It's like coming to that awareness. And as you do that, I think a lot of the stuff, the way you feel about maybe, I don't know, it's something sad. It is. It's something that you've been worrying about. Maybe you've had depression or anxiety, even, you know. But I feel like what you're doing is you're balancing the power within the 3D world, So basically able to manifest money, know your value, know your worth. And I think that's the big change here. And I feel like that's like week one. Okay, so tell me about traveling, relocating, broadening your horizons. Like this could be a lot of things. It could be going back to school. It could be moving to a new home. It could be going on a vacation. You know, I think the thing about this card is about just not having a limit on your possibilities. Like you have a very big, um, you're going further because you realize who you really are over here. Like, man, I can manifest. I can really manifest. I can really change energy. So with all of that knowledge, where do you go, right? So you could be being called to move. That card's been flipped over the whole time, that King of Swords, so I put it back. Okay, so this is about planning. It's about making plans. It's about thinking. It's about realizing, like, man, I really do have this power at my fingertips here. You're learning new stuff. Again, I'm getting that going back to school, or like maybe you're upping your knowledge a little bit. You know what I mean? Maybe you have a job, and you could go further if you had I don't know, some kind of a certificate or something like that, right? But I feel like you're making your wishes come true. And you're having the new beginning in Pentacles. Like, it's changing your world. You're making this plan. Tell me in the third week about the Two of Forces. So the Two of Forces is the Two of Wands, and it's about actually choosing yourself in all the, that's how I read it. It's about choosing yourself, having the strength to choose yourself, having the confidence to choose yourself. Um, and I feel like also with that knowledge and that ability to choose yourself comes like this inner peace. So I feel like third week, you're not only feeling your strength, you are feeling so peaceful. And I feel like you're really kind of enjoying that feeling of peace. And the Eight of Pentacles is about your work. So I feel like you're starting a brand new something, you know. It's almost like, now that you're, choosing yourself what's best for you, what you're really doing is choosing what your soul is wanting to do for the next go round, right? Like it's got an agenda of the soul. I want to feel this. I want to learn this. I want to work through this energy. And I feel like that's kind of where you're at. You're at peace with it too. You're like, I trust you so much, soul. And so there it is. The Ten of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups flipped out here too. And I kind of like, I'm going to put it here because what I feel like you're walking away from is anything that doesn't serve you anymore, right? Anything that, I don't know, it just feels off, right? I feel like you're looking through your life here in the Hanged Man card, right? Because you've been doing a lot of like self-reflection and stuff. And the Hangman card is here saying like you gotta walk away from anything and everything that doesn't serve you. Anything and everything that's not fair. You have to choose yourself, Aries. And at the bottom of the deck is the Lovers. And maybe something like, I don't know if you feel like you missed out on an opportunity. Maybe you're getting some kind of message from your higher self. Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the damn King of Wands again. So, yeah, that was a kind of a lot at the bottom of the deck. I see you having a brand new beginning here. Maybe the Lovers has something to do with that. So, Seven of Wands. I feel like you're working with spirit. I feel like you're listening. I feel like you're lining up all of your chakras and just really paying attention to body talk, the way you feel inside, right? I feel like you're a little bit in your own little bubble here, a bubble of light, and I just think that's a good place to be because you're protected from other energies, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like what's happening here. Like you're walking away from things that don't serve you, you know, you're like, I mean, that wasn't fair, right? And it just no longer serves you. So you're walking toward this Ace of Cups, which is about loving yourself, you know. That's what I'm seeing it because you are completely in a bubble of light and love right there. And I feel like you're tuning into your own self, listening to your higher self, and it's really successful. Look at you go. Look at you go, Aries, right up the ladder. This love is all about you. It is. It's you finding the balance between, like the fierceness of your soul and also the gentleness of your soul, or maybe the fierceness of your human being who can come out roaring like a lion, right? But there's this other piece to you that's gentle and kind and giving, and it's about kind of like finding a nice balance between that. The Devil card popped out here, so I'm kind of curious about that. So I'm gonna clarify it, like why is the Devil here in this beautiful energy of self-love? This could be like doubts creeping back in. What's the Devil here for, Aries? Why is the Devil here? Could be dealing with a Capricorn. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, the message is that there's going to be growth and forming a new structure here. It almost feels like the Devil is just representing Capricorn here. It doesn't. Is there something they need to let go of, Spirit? Is there something holding them back? Yes. You have to surrender this feeling like things weren't fair because it just confuses you. And what you think isn't fair turns out that maybe it's all about you coming back to you, coming back to your purpose, and finding your higher self right there. Going to the North Node. I just feel like, yeah, I think what you're releasing here is like this notion that things aren't fair. Because when you're in this bubble and you're talking to spirit, what you're realizing that everything happens for a reason. Everything led you to another destination, another reality, another experience. You know what I mean? So, do you have any advice for Aries, Spirit? Tell me the advice for Aries. Okay, so yeah, it's 15. It's like your heart is locked up, right? This is about trying to, yeah, there's a tower. Okay. So what's happening here, what they're clarifying here is like what's bothering you with that nine of Swords and the Ten of Wands, right? Like, what is that for you? And it's about opening up your heart chakra because something has happened and it kind of, well, it's the Tower here. So I feel like you've already been affected by this Tower and you're closed off because of it, and you're starting to heal your heart. I do feel like that angelic presence around you again. And then the share the love card is here saying, like, the thing to do in this situation is to try and offer kindness and love to everybody that you meet, or at least one person a day. Like, if you're somebody who never really goes out much, because it looks like, you could be doing a lot of introspection here. So I kind of feel like what it's saying is, like, make an effort to, like, offer some kind of loving thought or action toward other people. And I was just gonna say, like, you could probably do that on social media, like putting positive comments up so it brightens up people's day, right? So that's one way. But I kind of feel like, you know, I feel like you should probably try and get out and actually do this in person. And if you're definitely closed off here, which it looks like you are, I just feel like, make the effort, go to the gas station or the store or something the next time you go, just try and be really kind to one person. Go out of your way. I know it's not easy, but in a way it is. You know what I mean? Especially when you see the smile on their face. It doesn't matter what you say. The other day I was at the post office and there was this lady and she held the door open for me. And not a lot of people do that, but it kind of made my day in a way. Like, I was like, thank you so much. And she's like, yeah, you're welcome. And as she walked past me, I noticed this really cool backpack that she was sporting. And I'm a backpack person too. Like, I use a backpack instead of a purse. And so does she. And it was like a Christmas one. And so I said, oh my God, I love your backpack. And she turned around with the biggest smile on her face. And I was like, that's the share the love card. She did it to me first, like holding the door open and just giving me that big smile. And then I offered her a compliment and I got a smile back. So that's kind of what I'm talking about sharing the love. Because I kind of feel like when we get knocked down, like with the tower, you know, um, I feel like it changes us and we're not the same anymore. And that's a hard thing to go through because you are really confused about who you are. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, man, there's nothing about me that's the same anymore. What do I do with this new person? And Spirit is saying, like, you're coming right along. Like, this is all about preparing you for what's next in your life. And it looks very good. I mean, it looks like you have a new love coming in here with the Ace of Roses. It looks like it's successful. It looks like you're manifesting it. It looks like um, it's meant to be with the Hierophant card. Like, it could go to another level. It looks like it brings in so much happiness and balance, right? So I guess that is the reading. And I'm going to go into the extended and I'm going to clarify this, what happened with the tower, and get a little more information. And I really want to know who this Ace of Cups is and what this relationship is. And I mean, because it looks like it's confusing, but it's part of your North Node path. So I really do want to know who it is and what they're offering you. And And so we're going to go into the extended and do that. So if you'd like to follow me, the link's in the description box. I'll see you over there. If not, have a great day. Love you guys.